Every dog has its day, a term we are all too familiar with, and sadly that call comes upon every MMO when the servers are shut down. Today's game, TERA, has been given a second life and has been reborn through an incredible private server that makes you want to play and spend time in the game. In today's video, we'll explore Menma's TERA, what it is, what they do, a short guide to get you endgame ready, and why they are so far the best private server for TERA. Let's jump in. On June 6th of 2022, TERA shut down its servers globally. This came as a hard blow to veteran and loyal TERA players who had immersed themselves in the greatest thing TERA did better than any other MMO, true action combat. As the news settled and various individuals speculated on why TERA shut down, a few keen eyes turned their eyes on private servers. What is a private server, you might ask? In simple terms, it is when an individual takes the game server files and decides to privately host them, be it to play the game offline or to share their resources hosting other players. Menma's TERA is the latter. Taking leaked files, Menma remodeled TERA into a game that is fair, challenging, and rewarding, where everything in-game can be obtained from within the game, getting rid of the cash shop entirely. More on that at the end of the video. Menma also added many ease-of-life changes, such as building the proxy right into the launcher, a topic I covered heavily in my previous video and why it's so important. Menma also added instant level up scrolls to max level so that players can pick up right where they left off, adding access to dungeons and raids that had been removed from the official publisher's version, and many other cool additions. A debated point is that Menma's TERA is based on the level 70 patch that many players felt killed the game, Yet, however, it is familiar enough that players can get right in and not be lost, as gear progression and combat rotations are almost identical to the official servers. What are your thoughts on this? Would you rather instead have a more classic server? Because there is a server that has old school TERA, by the way, and yeah, Menma's TERA is not the only private server for the game. We have notably two more grand players, TERA CZ and Asura TERA. Asura is located in Russia and is, as you guessed it, dedicated to Russians, giving them the best possible ping. On that note, Menma is hosted in France, in case you were wondering. Then we have TERA CZ, which, to be honest, has everything going for it. Based on the 2015 version of the game, one that I personally enjoyed, with the good old classic Island of Dawn. However, its current population is small and is not targeted towards English players. Would you guys like me to go and give it a shot for like a week or two and make a video on it? Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, so far, Menma is winning the popularity contest, with its population beginning to mirror that of Gameforge EU TERA and is even directly supported by the DPS meter team. All in all, it is on a road to success. I will subdivide the video in 4 parts so that you may jump straight into what interests you the most. Otherwise, sit back and let's begin. So you may be itching to give Menma's TERA a try. Let me give you a short guide so that you can start off strong and avoid the mistakes myself and others did whilst gearing. I'm approaching this guide assuming you have already played TERA up to level 65. Otherwise, if you're a new player to TERA, continue the game without using the level 70 scroll box. Keep it in your inventory until you feel you are used to your class. Otherwise, for the rest of you veterans, here's how to proceed. Get yourself a buddy up code. You can ask one directly from players that are level 70 right there in the starting area or in Menma's Discord. The only 2 things that we are looking for is the pet with the auto loot function and the free costume at level 10. So once you get the code, add it to your character, pay no mind to your inventory items for now, and level up manually until level 10 so you can get that 30-day free costume. Once you have done that, we can finally begin. You will have the following important items in your inventory: the level 70 scroll box, Velika's Banquet Souvenir, which just gives additional glyph points, Amaroon's Wisdom Book, which just maxes your skill advancement points. You'll get an accessory box, PvP crystal box, and finally 5 million bell credits that are to be used wisely if it is your main character. So, open up the level 70 scroll box and apply the scroll. Apply the advancement skill scroll, Amaroon's Wisdom, then open the Azad equipment ticket and select the box appropriate for your class. It will give you all the necessary gear, so go ahead and equip them. Then the bell credits, and finally the accessory box. Apply the rolls according to your class and equip them. You can choose to do this later, but at this stage you may as well set up your EP and your glyphs. Please note that as of making this video, the card system does not work. Afterwards, let us finish up the quest on the island and then fly over to Velika. Before we do anything else, we need to get ourselves the free flying mount and the green accessory crystals. To do so, we need to do the initial part of Velika's banquet quest. So let us go to Hiatus, just press H and select redeem. Then go to Braga in the Ruda command center. You should receive a letter. Let us use it and ironically teleport back to Velika. We talk to Nerinda and get inside. At this point, just follow along the quest, but not all of it, not all of it. Only until you speak to Meren and she rewards you with the mount and some fodder gear that is inside the boxes. You can enchant them to +12 and dismantle them to get Darkshard feedstock that we can use later. Once you have these items, just type in the chat /reset. There's no need to continue with the quest because you already have all your Apex skills. Okay, let us teleport back to Hiatus. Please excuse my potato graphics. I'm still a tiny channel looking for 1,000 subs so I can monetize my channel. Help out if you can. Maybe then I'll be able to upgrade my rig and make better content for all of you. Thanks in advance. Now, if the character you're playing is going to be your main, especially if you're a PvE player, focus first on getting your golden relics. That is Amaroon's relic and Ishara's Halidum. You want to have enough to upgrade them to level 3 or preferably level 4. And hey, if you're feeling lucky, push to level 5. This is the only place where you can obtain them easily. They are not tradable and you cannot bank them. So making alts won't help you. Trust me, I've tried. Also, you don't have to do it now, but just reserve your bell credits until you are ready to do so. Otherwise, if it is an alt character, you may choose to just sell the relics for gold. But before you do that, we need to buy our advancement scrolls. So, get 2,141 Tier 1 skill advancement scrolls that I'll refer to as SA from now on. Then, 3,483 Tier 2 essays. And finally, 4,701 Tier 3 essays. Should be enough to max out your 3 passive advancement skills, so refrain from using any more bell credits until they are all maxed. PS, in Menma's TERA you don't need gold to upgrade them, so feel free to max them out. Next, for the 2 changeable advanced skills, buy 720 Tier 1 skill optimization scrolls and then 900 Tier 2 skill optimization scrolls. All in all, it should not take more than 500,000 bell credits. As I mentioned earlier, reserve the rest for your relics. Unless you are here for PvP, then obviously get your PvP gear first. If you followed along so far, with everything equipped, 2 dungeons, namely Red Refuge and R9 Kennel, should have unlocked. Go ahead and queue for them, as the last part of the gearing guide requires 2 items that drop there. Specifically, they give yellow gear, Annihilation or Dark Light as they call them. Or you can simply buy them in the trade broker if you already have gold. Otherwise, make an LFG if needed and jump into those dungeons. Once you are done in either of the 2 dungeons, you will receive the following items: Bespoke Exodor Armor and Bespoke Exodor Weapon Box. Open them to get your initial Annihilation or Daylight gear and equip them. But do not enchant them yet. Do not enchant them yet. Do a couple of more runs until you get ones that have 3 or 4 rollable stats, since that gear will carry over into Kaya. Once you have them, you can finally start enchanting. The best place to get feedstock is by running Guardian missions. Each daily run of 100 boxes will give you 100 weapon feed and 300 armor feed. And until enchanting to +10, there's no RNG, as it is 100% guaranteed success. What you need to do next is open Kara's Wisdom box that also drops from dungeons. It contains battered Oath tokens. You can use them to buy gear for infusion to give your gear extra stats. Once you reach this level, you will have access to Kaya's Anvil quest. That will let you upgrade your weapon to Kaya. Everything else from now on should be as you remembered from the main game. However, as you gear, you may notice the economy is very, very different. So, how do we get gold on Menma? A running joke among Menma's players is that getting gold is just too easy. You can easily make 500,000 to 1 million gold per day. This is technically true, but what I'm going to be showing you is the static, predictable 4 main ways to make gold: Guardian missions, dungeons, gathering, and 4, crafting. There's technically a 5th option, which is selling Tikats, but more on that later. For starters, Guardian missions are a quick and easy way to make your first 40,000 to 60,000 gold by selling the gems to a merchant. However, if you are patient, you can put them on the trade broker instead and easily make between 90 to 150,000 gold. The second source is dungeons, not the pathetic Vanguard rewards, no. What I mean is the dungeon drops, notably 3 boxes: the Bespoke Exodus Armor box, Bespoke Exodus Weapon box, and finally Kara's Wisdom box. The Bespoke boxes are straightforward. You can either sell those yellow gear directly to a merchant for a total of 20,000 or post them on the broker, especially gear with 4 rolls can even go as high as 150,000. So Kara's box also contains 16 battered Oath tokens that you can use to buy infusion gear and sell them for 1,000 each. So with that in mind, each dungeon run gives you the minimum of 38,000 gold, and each dungeon run takes about, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes. So 4 dungeons an hour should make you 150,000. Thirdly, gathering ores, plants, and essence is extremely rewarding in Menma. For example, this opal essence you can find a couple of meters outside of Tulufan, which will net you between 3,000 to 5,000 gold each, meaning 1 vein can make you 20,000 easily. Of course, as more people start to do this, market prices will change, but will definitely remain a stable source of income. The 4th reason extends upon the 3rd. For as long as people will be crafting, minerals, essence, and plants will sell high. As such, there are many things you can craft and sell. For example, diamonds, gold and silver plates, reagents, and many such things. My suggestion is gold plates, as anyone attempting to make a Kaya weapon or armor needs them, and they currently sell for a generous price on the broker. Before we talk about the hidden 5th method, let's dive into what exactly Tikat is. The Tikat system is by far the shining jewel of Menma. This system completely removes the cash shop and makes the game truly free to play, giving you everything with it. All the way from the TERA club to the most expensive crit power mounts and all costumes for you to personally use or sell in the broker. The choice is yours. There are 2 prime ways to obtain Tikats in-game. Guardian missions, where you can cash in at Velika by talking to Mia and buying Federation bills, which automatically convert into Tikats. The second method is by cashing in your Vanguard credits that you get from finishing dungeons and battlegrounds by going to High Watch and talking to Sion, who also sells Federation bills. This system ensures fair play for everyone and actually rewards grinding. Please note that TERA Club members get double Vanguard credits, which you can buy in the Tikat shop or with real money, which brings us to the final point of this video. Legality. Is it legal? Technically, yes and no. Did Menma or other private servers get permission from Bluehole? Most likely not. Does Bluehole care? Most likely not. The pursuit of making legal charges against private servers is far more expensive than it is worth. All these private servers were alive as the official TERA servers were also online, and Bluehole did not bother. Even more so now that the official servers are dead, they will not bother. Unless they announce a TERA 2, this is not ever going to be something to worry about. Unfortunately, private servers also need to deal with maintenance costs, upkeep, and upgrading their systems as more players join the server. Thus, they need to offer real cash systems. In the case of Menma, it is selling tickets and TERA Club subscriptions. And honestly, we don't mind paying that $10 per month just so we can keep the game we love and enjoy to play alive. If Bluehole is not going to do it, we'll do it ourselves. Anyhow, thanks for following along. Tell me how you feel about private servers. Are you already playing, or will you consider trying them? So thanks for watching. Drop a sub to support my road to 1,000 subs. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you hated the video, thumbs up. Anyways, take care and let's meet in the next one.